Hey everybody, it's Chris from LearnOnlineSecurity.com. In this month's Heroes newsletter, we talked about 18,000 students whose information was leaked, hacked, in general, just violated. I'll admit this video is a little bit behind, but as I got ready to record this video, I got sent information about another major student-involved hack. Everybody's probably heard about it right by now. PowerSchool computers. So we're going to talk about both at the same time here. To put things in perspective, PowerSchool computers operates in 90 countries, has 16,000 school divisions. Now that's not just 16,000 clients. No. That's 16,000 school divisions, depending on jurisdiction, country, location, county, province, municipality. The number of schools in those school divisions could number anywhere from the hundreds to the 50s or 60s. Average population of a school is about 200 students. I'll let you do the math on those ones. The school division that I originally wrote about in the January newsletter is a little bit closer to home for me. 18,000 student records were violated. I'm not going to even call it a hack anymore. This is a violation. These people had their information stolen from them. And it wouldn't, 18,000 students is bad enough. But the school division, their entire personnel files were violated. So that includes the teachers, the janitors, the superintendents, the crossing guards, the school bus drivers, the maintenance staff, the whole school division. In total, 20,000 people had their information stolen. So most people will go, well, 20,000, that's a lot, but that's not bad. So let's expand on what this 20,000 people is and the information they got. They got the students' names. They got the staff's names. They got the students' contacts and where they live. They got the professional information for all the staff of the division, including their contacts, where they live, their insurance information, their professional dues, professional locations, their contact information. We'll circle back to the 18,000 students. On average, schools require you to have 2 contacts, 2 people that they can contact in an event of emergency. And those contacts have numbers. They have an email and they have a phone number. So those 18,000 automatically multiplied by 3, and you're up to 54,000 people that I have an address for, I have a phone number for, and I have an email for. And that's just on the student side. Depending on your jurisdiction, you probably have a health number for them, or if you're in the States, you'll have an insurance number for them. It's just a treasure trove for social engineering. For the 18,000 students, the median age for a student is 12 years old. You're going, okay, so what's the significance of that? Most people in the States, I believe it's called Social Security number. Here in Canada, it's called a social insurance number. Most of these children are under the age of 16, so they do not have that number yet. Some of them will have it because they've gone away to summer camps, or they could have a summer job that they were allowed to have because they're not in school at the time, and that can't carry through the school year. Jurisdiction affects everything. In our jurisdiction, you have to be 16 to be able to have an after-school job. Other jurisdictions, you do not. But that social insurance number allows you to get credit, earn an income, get a loan. Remember, I said the average median age is 12. Depending on your jurisdiction, most teenagers get their first social insurance number between the ages of 13 and 16. For those that have their social insurance number, it won't be in their student file. So you have a brick of kids from, we'll say, 15 to 18 that have a little bit of insurance because they can't get that social insurance number. But remember, I have birth dates, I have student information, I have the ability to generate an ID based on them, research them, find them, and do something with it. Now, those that are younger, and let's just cut the number in half, 9,000 people over 6 to 12 years is a continuous hack on their life that they cannot control. The general lifespan of a hack from start to reconciliation is roughly a year. The initial capture of everything that happens usually happens within weeks or months of the discovery of the breach, the attack. And after a year, things come into focus. You'll know if any loans have been pulled in your name. You'll know if your taxes have been attacked. You'll know where your banking information's at. You will know this information. For these kids, if the child's in grade 1, they have upwards of 12 years to find out whether or not they've been attacked. What can they pull? They can pull IDs in your name. They can pull passports in your name. They can pull birth certificates in your name, driver's licenses. The list goes on. It's a treasure trove. So I'm angry and understandable. But the whole point of this video is what happens next. You cannot get away from supplying people your information. You have to. It's what those people are responsible when they have your information. If a breach happens, somebody that has your information is obligated by law, and this seems to transcend all jurisdictions. They are obligated by law to let you know that there's a possibility that your information was compromised. They are not required to compensate you, but they are required to assist you in securing your information to the best of their ability. So let's say somebody gets your banking information and your bank says, hey, you've been broken into. The school needs to turn around, not the school, but the school division in this particular case, needs to provide a letter and say, Mr. Jones was part of a breach that occurred in our location and he's not responsible for the actions of what happened. This is the information we believe that was released. Doesn't sound like much, but it is significant that they have to do this. This is huge. Other responsibilities depend on jurisdictions. Most jurisdictions say that you cannot store certain personal information or financial information in the cloud. Meaning if I have your credit card number or I have your insurance numbers or anything like that, they have to be on an on-premises server behind a firewall, behind encryption. Some jurisdictions, the jurisdiction I live in, your information has to be spread across 3 servers. Your contact information cannot touch your payroll or insurance information. Your insurance information and payroll information cannot touch your contact information. So my identity, my contact, and anything that would be considered physical cannot touch each other. They have to be maintained separately on separate servers. There's other complications to the law, how it can be held on what we call a hard copy, which is paper, and everything else. Yourself, if you have an employer, you should stop by your HR department and say, hey, how's my stuff being stored? And if they pull out everything and it's all in one great big folder, you could turn around and ask what the jurisdiction laws are for your area. And if they don't know, work with your employer, get that information sorted. Contact your local legislative area. Find out what the rules are for holding your personal information. Be educated. I'm going to put this out there partially because I feel there's a misconception. And I feel for people that work in the field that I do of IT. I put a firewall in, therefore my stuff is safe. The short answer is nothing is foolproof. I have an antivirus, my stuff is safe. Nothing is foolproof. The weakest link is always ourselves. I don't know where the quote comes from, but it's well known. Its locks only stop honest people. And time again, that is proven true. From robberies, stolen vehicles, to hacks and attacks. Learn online security. We provide you with the tools to strengthen your ability to protect yourself. We do not guarantee that if you do our course that nothing will happen to you, but we give you these tools. And part of our tools is how to protect yourself to start with and what to do after an attack. It's not a question of if an attack will happen, it's a question of when. And then the next question is, what did they get? I hear everybody come to me and say, well, I'm not interesting enough. They won't get anything from me. The reality is 18,000 students had their information violently violated by an attacker. You may not have an online presence, but you could be the sole and only contact person on a phone for that child. Your information is now out there. If you're part of this PowerSchool attack that happened, like I said, PowerSchool, 90 countries, 16,000 clients, which are school divisions. The likelihood that you're caught up in this is pretty high. In my city, I know for a fact it covered 8 of the school divisions in the area. So what can I do to protect myself? Contact the school, find out what they know. Contact PowerSchool to find out what they know. They can't be elusive with you. They'll try to be, but they can't. The school itself may not know, but you tell the school that I want to be told. You tell the school division, I want to be made aware. A lot of these school divisions have gotten ahead of this problem and have contacted the people directly already. The next thing you need to do is figure out what information you're providing to these people. You can't deny them the information. You want your child to go to school. You want to have a job. You need insurance. If you're one of our online heroes, which I strongly encourage you to join, and you have a question for us, leave a message for us in the forums. We'll read it, answer it to the best of our ability, and give you guidance on where you need to go.